What is going on to you, Geminis? You have the Chariot, the Two of Swords, Death, the Magician, the Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Tower. You have the Seven of Swords, the High Priestess, and then you have the Page of Swords. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Geminis, is you're in a situation where you Geminis. You Geminis were getting to know some people. Good for you. You know, y'all are actually starting to get back out there. And based upon examination, you started to find out by asking them questions that they were full of it. Because the Chariot is about a person that isn't just sitting down and accepting just anything that's given to them or people are saying to them. The Chariot represents a person. It represents the energy of Mars and Cancer, right? Because the Chariot represents Cancer crabs, but it also has to deal with the Mars energy as well, because of the combative energy. So with this placement, right, specifically, this is really about how a lot of you Geminis ask these people these questions. You ask them to find out what exactly was going on, what was up with them, and they were highly dysfunctional. They couldn't answer you directly. They were budgeting. They were badgering around, beating around the bush, wasting your time, stuttering. And then you have the Two of Swords, which represents the answers that they gave. You realize that it made no sense as they were answering it. So a lot of you Geminis realized that it was time to pretty much put an end to whatever interaction or relationship you had with this person, whether it was a long-going monogamous relationship, but for a lot of you, it was probably something that just started because, as you're asking these people these questions, and you found out like, oh, okay, the stuff that you saying doesn't really make any kind of sense. Okay, so I got to be up on out of here, away from you, because you're not making any sense as of right now. But then the Magician, right? You have the Magician. So a lot of Scorpio energy. The Death card, the Magician, the Tower. This is Scorpio energy, right? The Magician also can be Mercury energy, right? So Gemini, Virgos, because the Magician is a conglomerate of those three zodiac signs: Scorpio, Virgo, and Gemini. So you Geminis are out here doing your thing, right? You're really realizing like, oh, okay, people lie to you straight to your face about certain things that you ask them, and the answer is absolutely they will. Absolutely they will. What? Absolutely they will. Because the reason why they're doing that is because, and it goes to show you the warped mentality that a lot of people have, because they know that if they come to you with that nonsense, or they come to people in general with the nonsense of, I'm going to go ahead and rob from you. I'm going to steal from you. I'm going to, hang out with you and look to eat off of your plate. And, when you're done, when you're done shelling out cash and prizes and perks and benefits, I'm not going to be with you anymore. They know that that's going to sound stupid. So these are people who are like, oh, I have to come up with something that sounds believable, that sounds plausible, right? And the thing about it is that that's the situation. A lot of you Geminis really started to realize just how stupid that sounded. The stuff that they were saying didn't make any sense as you were really asking them about themselves. They would change up the story, or if they wasn't changing up the story, maybe they said something and they stuck to it, but the stuff that they were saying made no sense. And the Nine of Wands represents, now that you're not with them anymore, they're acting like they don't understand how stupid they were being. They were acting like they didn't understand, like, hey, if they do this, why is it that they think that you've left? You left them because they were suspect. You left them because they didn't make any sense. And you saw something serious that could have been an even worse situation with time, when you put more of your trust and your energy and your time and your money into these people, right? And your love, of course, love constitutes all of that. So the Knight of Cups represents, so you had to leave. You know that you're doing it for the right reason. It's not that you're trying to be a social climber, climb up the ladder, look whatever, whatever. It's not that you're trying to do that. What it is you question those people, right? Then you found out that they were full of it. So you had to guard yourself, and then you had to leave. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. But they're trying to make it personal. They're trying to make it personal. They're trying to make it look like, oh, you're just going to wild out on me like that. The Tower now represents, so as a result, so as a result of this, you're in a position where now that you walked away from it, right, you really start to find out the Tower perfectly. This is what I'm trying to say. The Tower, you're going to see what I'm talking about. And the Seven of Swords. Now they start talking trash to you, right? The text messages at first was cool. The phone calls at first was cool. Some of them may even leave you phone, voice messages. They started off cool at first. Then the text messages started to progressively get worse. Now all of a sudden, they're talking to you about how it is that they never liked you and they were using you. Now, you Geminis know, come on now. We're supposed to know that all of that is a lie. Why are they wasting their time if that's the case? This is the thing that people who are in the game can't explain. They can't explain or talk about why they cross themselves over. And what I mean when I say they cross themselves, I mean they're so delusional. Why is it that if these people never liked you, why would they waste their time talking to you? Oh, because they liked your body and they thought this and they thought that, right? But you Geminis probably weren't even giving them your body like that. So what were they there for? See, and this is why I said it's time for all the zodiac signs, specifically the ones over here on my channel who's learning this information, but in general, right? Regardless of whatever channel you're on, it's time for the zodiac signs, and more so the people who are in whatever zodiac sign really doing right for real, to actually stop being so dysfunctional yourselves and to actually own up to your own power. The games that delusional people have been playing on you and all of the zodiac signs, right, regardless of what the zodiac sign they are, is getting you real good people of any of the zodiac signs to believe, to really put energy, to really put focus into the idea that you're not fly. You're not this. You're trash. No matter what you do, it's going to be wrong. And that's BS. So now the High Priestess and the Page of Swords is that they are still talking trash to you, still texting you, and you're not saying anything to them. Some of you Geminis may say something to them, but a lot of you Geminis are not. So for the Geminis who are saying something to them, you are saying things that is breaking their heart, because a lot of it is true. A lot of you Geminis don't have to come from a perspective of being super disrespectful. You Geminis are coming from the perspective of you already know what time it is with these people. You know that they're being quite dysfunctional. So why is it that you're going to even waste your time messing around with these people in the first place if all it is that they're going to do is lie to you? That's all it is that they're going to do, is lie to you. Because they were lying to you before, and you Geminis knew that. That's why you stopped rocking with them in the first place. Because you knew if you just started a relationship with them or started to get to know them, and they're already lying out of their teeth How bad is it going to get in the future? Probably very bad. Probably very bad. So let's clarify the Page of Swords. So to clarify the Page of Swords, we have the Six of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and then you Geminis have the Emperor. This is about, again, they're going to talk to you about how they never liked you and all this stuff. But again, they're wasting their time texting the living nonsense out of you. They're texting you till the sun don't come up anymore. Why? Because you know why? Because you Geminis are fly. That's why. I made that rhyme and I didn't even mean to. The Hierophant and the Emperor now is about, again, this is you Geminis sitting well, doing what you do, enjoying yourselves in life, moving on to the next person.